This is a federal government that as recently as a month ago voted in favor of decriminalization of hard drugs, all of them. They actually implemented decriminalization of hard drugs in British Columbia to an absolute devastating effect, where nurses were terrified of inhaling second-hand crystal meth and fentanyl smoke inside hospitals, and police had no tools to deal with this. We saw this is a federal government that has dumped, we're assuming somewhere in the neighborhood of over 100 million high-powered pharmaceutical-grade opioid pills into our communities, unwitnessed in what they call safe supply. It's unsafe supply. They have been the largest purveyor of high-powered pharmaceutical-grade opioids in the country. I'm even comparing them with any individual drug cartel. They have produced more to increase the supply of opioids than anyone since Purdue Pharmaceutical in the oxycodone crisis of the late 90s and early 2000s. And then they turn around and in the next breath say, oh, let's just throw money at a problem that we have poured fuel on the fire to create and try and respond to Donald Trump's concern around fentanyl. Well, the very market that fentanyl is meeting has been created by this federal government and their unsafe supply. And so you can't suck and blow at the same time, as a former Premier Ralph Klein in Alberta used to say. And that's exactly what this Liberal government has been doing for it seems like an entire decade. And they've run out of runway. It seems Canadians have recognized this. Certainly Donald Trump will see this. And the only response to it is a serious response to both addiction within our province and within our country, but then also being rule of law Canadians who believe that there should be consequences for your actions, empowering our law enforcement to create safe public spaces and have consequences for those who deal in the trafficking of drugs, and get those who are in active addiction out of addiction. Don't facilitate it indefinitely. None of this has been the policy response of the federal government. Instead, the only policies they have are decriminalization, drug consumption sites in every street corner, and unsafe supply. Exactly the opposite of what needs to happen. So, of course, we're not taking it seriously within Canada. We don't think that ERSACs or the federal government is serious when it comes to this question. I also think it's pretty transparent that neither does the Trump administration coming in.